you doing? Party people in the place to be. Thank you for checking us out or clicking the link or whatever it was that you did to get here, because here you are. And this is our new TV show, well, YouTube show, and it's called Paint It Gold. And we put it together basically as a means to give you, the viewer, an opportunity to interview us. And us, I suppose we could introduce ourselves. My name is Sean.
I'm Anthony.
And we're called Atmosphere. And if you don't already know who we are, that's who we are. But nonetheless, I'd like to start this whole thing off, I guess, by explaining to you what the basis is for this to begin with. We got a new record coming out, and it's called When Life Gives You Lemons, You Paint That Shit Gold. It comes out April 22nd, 2008. Pretty soon here. And this show was an idea that we came up with as a means to give you the chance to ask us the questions. Now, send your questions in via email. Ben, put the email on the screen. Right there. paintitgold@hotmail.com. Ask us your question. Send the question there. Make sure you include your name and what city you're from. And not only will we pick the questions to answer to be put up on next week's show, but the best question of the week will actually send you a free copy of the CD when the CD comes out as a token of our appreciation for your participation, cooperation. Know what I mean?
So, all right, how about your favorite place to perform? Where do you like to go? Where do you like to play shows at?
I mean, honestly, as corny as the answer might be, I'm gonna say Minneapolis. You know, there's nothing like coming back home to perform at the end of a tour. We usually try to end our tours here because it's a really great moment that you can look forward to, even when the tours, you know, when the tour gets tough, you know, when you get in the shit, sometimes you're like, yeah, but next week we got Minneapolis, you know, it's like this thing. And so it's a great way to end tours. But just in general, it really depends on where we are when somebody asks me that, because like, if we're in San Diego and a kid there is like, so what's your favorite city to perform in? You know, I'm gonna lie and I'm gonna tell the kids San Diego, you know? It's just like, it's because really, you know, my favorite place to perform is in front of people that love to see you perform. And no matter what city that is, that's gonna be my favorite place that day, you know? And that's just how it is. So it ain't a lie. It's just, I'm a storyteller.
So, check it out. What made you initially start touring with a live band rather than just a DJ?
Well, yeah, I mean, the easy answer to that is I needed to scare the shit out of myself again, you know? I needed to put up some kind of challenge to go against. I needed to challenge myself. I needed to challenge some of the other people around me. You know, I reached a point where I felt like I could get on stage after 47 beers and run through Scapegoat and Modern Man's Hustle, no problem. You know, I reached a point where the nervousness was gone. I wasn't scared. So there was no challenge. And so coming home off a tour and starting up the live band and working with these guys, that scared the shit out of me, man. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what to think. And I knew that that's what I needed to do right then, though, you know?
Mm. All right, that's good.
So, when did you decide to start touring with a live band?
When I needed a new house. All right, check it out. I got another one. So, how old were you when you realized that, man, yeah, this is what I'm gonna do the rest of my life?
Nah. I got a better question. How old were you the first time you realized that you wanted to quit doing this shit?
Well, truth be told, I guess it was when I woke up this morning and realized I was coming here. But anyway, to do this show.
All right, I got a question. You're a producer, so you collect a lot of vinyl.
Yep.
What would be what you would consider your prized possession? I'm not talking about like what piece of vinyl is worth the most, but I just mean your own personally prized possession.
So basically, this is the show and tell of the show.
This is the show and tell moment.
All right, check it out. This is it. And I'm gonna show the viewers. Knights of the Turntables, called Techno Scratch. And don't be confused by the word techno. At this time period, it was just like a word for like reverb or some shit. You know, I liked it. You know, there was like a lot of scratching on it and delays and shit like that all over the scratching. A technique I use to this very day to cover up the fact that I am not that good at scratching. So yeah, that's my baby.
All right, kids, this is the part that we've come to where we do the pseudo-celebrity question of the day. We're doing this because this way, somebody who actually maybe does what we do for a living can ask a question of us, which would maybe hopefully give you more insight into something that you might not have thought to ask or something. I'm not sure. You know what? Whatever, man. Just run the clip. Run the clip.
Yeah, I got a question. This question's for Ant. Why is it that you spend so much of your time working with this whining, sensitive, bitching, complaining ass slug all the time? And there's like a lot of other tougher rappers that you could work with whenever you want. What's up with that?
You know, the funny thing about that question is, all rappers and artists that I've ever met are both whiny and sensitive. And that's fine. It just so happens this guy chooses to show everybody, puts it on all of his music, and even when you meet him in real life and you're hanging out with him and shit, he's that way. And you are too.
Anthony, if you could choose an artist that you could collaborate with, you know, just like a wish list kind of thing or something, tell me somebody that you would really like to, you know, that you would love to see a song done.
You know, I've always really wanted to work with Willie D, or at least even meet Willie D. He just seems like the kind of artist that, like, he is exactly what he says on records. And just like you, I like that. That's the kind of people I like to work with. So I imagine going into a studio with him, and that person on record would be who I worked with. Now, I think that'd be the shit. What about you? You have anybody you would like to work with like that?
I mean, me personally, you know, it's like I used to have rappers that I wanted to like be like, oh, I want to do a song with that guy someday, and then I realized that like you could buy verses from anybody, so it really ain't that big a deal to me, you know.
So check it out, man. You know, we made this record. We spent a lot of time on it. That we put out recently for free.
You talking about the Strictly Leakage?
Yeah, the free thing. We spent money on it, actually. You know, not a lot, but we did it, and we put it out for free. What exactly was our fucking point?
That project was a success as far as I'm concerned. It got like 100,000 downloads. More than 100,000 people have downloaded this thing. You know, most of the feedback I've gotten on it has been positive. People understood exactly what we were trying to give them with that. You know, on the MySpace, at the message boards that I go to, big ups to all the mess board dorks. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I can't say enough about that. I'm really glad that we did do that record. You know, and at the end of the day, the best part is I got to get a lot of that silly stuff out of my system so that I could focus the exact story that I wanted to tell with the new record. When life gives you lemons, you paint that shit gold. Which is why we're here right now, which is why we're glad you took the time to spend watching this. Do me a favor though, for real. Send us some questions. Email them to paintitgold@hotmail.com. Please email us the questions. Make sure you include the question, your name, and what city you're from. I don't want to have to go through this again where we got to come up with questions to ask each other. So please send us some straight up questions and we'll do our best to answer them for you. And I'm saying for every episode we put up, the best question gets a free copy of the new record. You know, what else? I don't know what else to say to you guys, but I just want to say thank you. Thank you for taking the time to sit through this and sift through this with us. Check out next week. Hopefully there'll be another one up with your questions answered.